Hello, hello, people of the internet. Ian Altosaar, the Freedom Astrologer, doing another mini lesson on how to read a birth chart. And now we're doing already the second video about signs, or even the third video about signs, depending on where you're looking at it and what's your perspective on it. Last video we did was about Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. And in this video, we're going to go into the qualities and the energies and things they represent in the real material world of Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. So this is where it gets a little bit, I would say, more interesting, because now we're getting into kind of mix and match from an element and quality perspectives. Those of you who haven't watched my the qualities and elemental side of the signs, please go and watch that video. That explains a lot. I will bring some of those concepts into this video as well. So let's dig in. Let's dive deep into, or maybe not so deep. We're just doing, beginner things here as well. Just kind of a reminder for you guys, if you're looking for really advanced stuff, look at other videos on my channel. This is for more beginners who are taking their first steps, reading birth charts. Now, let's get into Cancer. So Cancer is one of those signs that is cardinal by the quality of the sign. Remember, cardinal is an action oriented, wants to take action, wants to move, wants to initiate. But from the elemental side, this is where it gets a bit tricky. Cancer is water. So remember, water has more of those intuitive, let's say mutable at times qualities, those deeper emotional qualities. So it's a kind of a mix and match bag with the Cancer energy. At one hand, it wants to kind of take action, take charge, and start things, initiate things. On the other hand, there is a certain kind of passivity there, certain kind of receptive nature or an emotional nature to the Cancer sign. So if you meet a lot of Cancers, they are quite active in the world, but for example, they aren't as bubbly and excited as an Aries person, as a fire sign. They take action and they are initiative and take initiative, but it is more, maybe more not so out in the open always, not so flashy. It's more of a I would say the action taking they take is a bit more behind the scenes almost, and it's almost like it's more passive. Even the action taking itself, it's a little bit more passive. Now let's talk about all the other things Cancer represents, the sign Cancer. First and foremost, we need to mention the emotional side of Cancer, because this is one of the most important things for me about Cancer. It represents our emotional lives, our security, our emotional safety, our early childhood environment also, but also our feeling life. And this is very, very much important with Cancer. They do, whenever there's, again, I will show you on the chart, whenever there are a lot of symbols in the house where Cancer is in the birth chart, usually that person has a lot of Cancer qualities, and they are very emotional. So they are quite emotional, but at the same time, because there's so many emotions, they are so much in tune, they expect everybody else to be very in tune with those emotions and feelings, which always, other people can't understand their emotions. And this is maybe one of the negative sides of the Cancer energy. This is where the kind of passive aggressive side of Cancer can come out and play. I feel something, I expect you to feel it as well. If you don't feel it, I won't say it to you, and I expect you to still know and take action like I feel. So this is one of the, I think, danger places for a Cancer person, Cancerian, deeply emotional feeling person to kind of feel. Also represents the mother for us in our chart. Wherever it goes, that's the home environment, and the mother. It kind of gives, wherever house it is, Cancer, it gives the kind of indication of what the mother did or does. Very, very fertile sign, water sign, like I said. Very intuitive, very, very much in tune with emotions, very creative, actually, very creative sign. Nurturing is a big part of Cancer energy. It's, I think, one of the maybe even the most important thing with Cancer energy, and if we're looking at and reading birth charts, wherever Cancer is in our birth chart, this is where the cyclical nature, kind of ebb and flow of life is more prevalent. So there can be really good times, and then the cycle will come, just like nature flows up and down. Winter, things quiet down. Spring, they spark right up. This is exactly the Cancer energy. Literal ebb and flow. Let's say, example, when it's in the second house, it's something to do, this is happens with money for the person. If it's the 10th, it's the career house, so on and so forth. We will talk about the houses and what they kind of represent in future videos. So let me see, just look at my notes. What did I want to say about, real estate and land is very much to do with Cancer as well, like breasts even. Is a thing. Nurturing I mentioned, early childhood I mentioned. I think I mentioned like the main things. My goal here is, guys, to give you the main indications, the main representations of this energy, so you can start taking first steps with it. Now the next part. The next sign is for us Leo. So Leo, immediately, a lot of a lot of Leos probably, because they're so, out there usually, or most often. So it's easier to spot, I guess. But let's start with Leo, because Leo, a lot of people that Leo is a fire sign. So all of those things, go look at the video, excitement, fun, excitability, action, like bubbly, creativity is a very, very also, different kind of more like intellectual creativity, I would say, is the fire element. But a lot of people don't know, it's not, these days it's starting to be common knowledge that Leo is also a fixed sign. So this is again a mix and match. Remember, fire is all about action, taking action, going, doing exciting things, adventures, starting, initiating things. But now Leo is also a fixed sign. So when you observe, for example, lions in nature, they aren't really always so initiative, especially the main lion, or the head of the herd, let's say, Lion King. They aren't always initiating constantly things. They are, when they do initiate things, if of course it's exciting, it's dramatic, it's all out there, But the second part of Leo is the fixed, like the maintaining, being grounded, taking slow steps. Fixed is maintaining and keeping things in work, keeping the kingdom. Leo, keeping the kingdom working. And when you observe, let's say, for example, lions in nature, they don't always do that much. They kind of relax a lot. This is one of the things Leo represents also, is having fun. and they relax a lot. And then when it's time to go to the hunt, then they go and take action, and quite rapid action, and quick action. So this is where the fire and fixed energy come into place. That there is, I would say, that's one of the reasons Leos do take some, the action they usually take isn't always the quickest, but it's also usually quite calculated and grounded. So I already mentioned fun and excitability, and it is one of the signs that it is also associated with children, and it's also our creative intelligence. This is one of the important things with Leo to understand. And wherever Leo goes in our natal charts, that this is the part that we really kind of we want to be best at, and it also brings us fun. So wherever Leo goes, it brings us fun. That area of life brings us fun, and we want to be kind of the best at. Leo is being something, the best at something. How do you get to be the best at something? Is you go and do something that also you enjoy doing, and it brings you fun. This is one of the reasons that place becomes in our lives one of the places that we're really good at, because it's just fun to do. When it's fun to do, you do it without without any blockages, really, without any kind of what's the word I'm looking for, without really hesitating too much. You just do it because it's fun, and then you become good at it. That's Leo. Natural talent is Leo. The center of the city is actually Leo. Wherever there's fun, entertainment, entertainment is a big one with Leo. Drama, whenever there's that big leadership role, people type, big charismatic people who draw other people towards them, that's a very Leo type energy. And also Leo is a very, very autonomous energy. Wherever Leo goes in our birth chart, that's where we want to be autonomous. We want to be independent, and it's a very, very independent sign in general. So if you have a lot of Leo in your birth chart, then you really want to be independent in life as well. Obviously the sun, glamour, ego is a big one. That's also romance, sexual nature of that as well. Kingdoms, kings, actors as well. Going out is also Leo. And one of the lesser known facts I would say is Leo is also professors. So it's a very good position also to be a teacher as well, the Leo energy, or having it in your. And one important thing with the Leo always to remember is Leo, it represents the heart. So whenever there are problems with the health, or the Leo, you see the Leo person kind of suffering or not living openly, then there's usually some sort of, because they're so proud and there's so much pride there, they really take things into their hearts, and they don't let them go. Fixed signs don't really like to let things go. Usually there's usually need for some sort of forgiveness and letting go of some sort of hurt and kind of pride from the Leo side, if they want to kind of come back to their own Leo, outgoing, loving, huge-hearted nature. Because this is one of the, let's say, big parts of Leo energy. They are purring and purring, loving cats when they're all taken care of, and the people think they're the best, basically. They really want to be the best, and they want to hear that they're best, and they're leaders, and very much autonomous leaders in life usually. And then so let's go to the last part of this video, and this is the Virgo. And this is the symbol of Virgo here. I'm showing you, hopefully you can see it. Virgo. Now, Virgo is an interesting one again, because Virgo is, from the quality perspective, Virgo is a mutable sign. But on the other elemental side, it's an earth sign. So it's a weird kind of balance there, with one part wants to change and make things better, and the other part wants to kind of keep them as they are, keep them, you know, grounded. Remember, earth is very slow moving. Mutable is, again, quite the opposite. Mutable wants to move. Mutable wants to go through things and do things, and even sometimes I would say quickly, but in this case, the earth, let's say, side of nature slows them down and slows the mutable quick energy down. And this is, I think, you know, for Virgos, it's a very good, you know, balance to do. You know, Virgos are very detail oriented, so it's a very good Virgo energy, very good to do research. And what does research require? It requires those, you know, mutable capabilities of processing information and gathering information and being open to other things, but at the same time being grounded enough and taking your time, the earth side of Virgo. So they take their time, move slowly, and, you know, maybe at times they are a bit, you know, the mutable qualities, it can be a bit sneaky, you know, same with the Gemini, but usually quite grounded, even more so than the Gemini with the air side there. So Virgo is a bit of a interesting one also, because it does represent, you know, one of the, or more of the difficult things in life, you know, the places of imbalance, the addictions, the problem, whoever is below us in society, you know, the people or the pets or the animals who are in need of some sort of assistance, help, they have some sort of problems. This is Virgo, and one of the reasons is Virgo is servitude, being of service. This is the higher echelon or higher manifestation of Virgo, is to be of service of something greater, to help, to heal, to kind of bring balance into those problematic areas. So not the easiest signs, obviously, because it does rule, you know, problems, it does rule, you know, illnesses, sicknesses, enemies, even open enemies, I would say, and even work, slavery in the olden times, in the olden ancient times, it was slavery even. But again, remember that higher vibration as well, like helping others and service and healing and pets as well. This is a placement, obviously, when you go into the natal chart, it's a placement where we might have some imbalances in life, and we need to kind of balance them, heal them, solve some problems there, or to be of service there as well. It's an important one there. Very, very good. Very much oriented on fixing things. This is one of the really good places to use this Virgo energy. It's an energy who knows how to fix things, who knows how to remember that detail orientedness I spoke about. It's really good to go into those specific details, put order there, kind of. Virgo likes to clean things as well, so remember this. Likes to put order, likes to clean there. So focus on those details, focus on the work, focus on fixing things, focus on healing things there. The negative side is here, you know, the critical side of Virgo, unfortunately, is there as well. But it's a very, remember, Earth is a very, whenever there's Earth, the element is Earth, the energy or the Virgo sign is very well versed in earthly life, very practical sign. They're not in those higher realms, they're higher things. They want to do the practical things in life. They believe usually in more practical things in life. And they're really good at it as well. Yeah. Very logic, analytic, sharp-minded, making it better, organizing. Yeah, I think I mentioned most of the things I wanted to mention. So let's wrap it up here. Thank you for watching, listening. Hope you got something out of it. We have at least, I think, 2 videos about signs left. Next time we will do Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius, and then Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. So thank you very much for listening, watching. Like, subscribe, share the video if you enjoyed it, comment, say what you agree, say what you got, new from this video, or what you would like to get more from this channel. Thank you very much, and see you soon in the next video.